Okay. Okay. So on the blank part of your ISN notes, I want you to do this problem. This is what we did on Friday. It's the long division. Mm-mm. Yeah, you have to fill in for the 0x squared. Okay, actually do it. Don't just copy it. Add it. Okay, so this is what you should have gotten. Yes. Where? First term divided by the first term every time. That's how you start. Okay. So this is what we did on Friday, and this is called synthetic division. And when we're long division. So when we do long division, we are testing whether this factor is a factor of that polynomial. Okay. So tell me what I just said. You can do it on your phone, and you won't get it. And this is easy. All right, so we're testing whether x minus 4 is a factor of that polynomial. That's what we're testing. So x minus 4 is the factor, and we're testing it. If we get 0 for a remainder, it's a factor. All right? So this long division works every time. But sometimes we can use a shortcut, and it's called synthetic division. So I'm going to teach you the shortcut one. And you're going to like this better. So So the very first thing we're going to do, so remember how we had to fill in for the zeros if we were missing something? You have to do that with synthetic division also, okay? So I'm going to start, I'm going to write down all of the coefficients. So I'm going to have 2, 3, -4, and 15. Now long division, it was checking a factor. So we checked the x plus 3. But synthetic division doesn't check the factor, it checks the root. So how do I get the root from here? What is the root? So I would just set that equal to 0 and solve for x. So it's -3, right? So this is my root, and this is what I'm going to check. I'm going to check the root. So I'm going to leave a little bit of room right here and draw a line. So the first thing you do after you find the root is bring down the 2. So once all this is written, there's only 2 steps. We're going to multiply on the diagonal and add straight up and down. Multiply on a diagonal, add straight up and down. So the first thing, this is a diagonal, so what did I say we do on the diagonal? So -3 times 2 is -6 all day. So once we get the -6, this is up and down. So now I'm going to add. Sure, thanks. So now I'm going to add, so I get -3. I'm back to the diagonal, so -3 times -3 is 9.
Oh, you moved all the way to the bottom.
So now when I add, it's 5. Back to the diagonal. This is your remainder. If that is 0, that tells me -3 is a root. So x plus 3 is a factor. And so this started with x to the 3rd. So we're going to do 1 less. So this would be x squared x, and that's your constant. So I'm going to have 2x squared minus 3x plus 5. And that's your answer.
So when we do the homework, can I do this instead of this?
So y'all, basically what we're doing is long division just with this. We're just multiplying, adding, multiplying, and adding. We're doing the same thing. So coefficients, 3, -8, 11, -14. What's the root here? It's a +2. First step, bring down the 3. Multiply on the diagonal. Add, multiply, add, multiply. The last one is what? That's 0, and that's my remainder. So I started at x3rd, so this is x squared, x, and that's the constant. So I'm going to have we're going to do one. Okay, you all try number 4. Okay, how many of you got that one? So what do I have to do on the next one?
You put 0 for the x and you put x squared and the x.
So I have a 0 for the x squared and the x. So I'm going to have 1, 0, 0, and 27. What's the root?
3.
Negative 3. So I'm going to bring down the 1. So I got 0, which means it is a factor. So I'm going to have x plus 3